Today we are introduced for Yokogawa Temperature Transmitter Calibration and Configuration. Temperature Transmitter model number YTA610. Transmitter calibration range 0 to 100 degree. Transmitter output range is 4 to 20 milliamp. For calibration purpose, minimum required one multifunction calibrator, Trex communicator, digital multimeter, 250 ohms resistance, 24 volt power supply. We are removing the back cover. Two-wire RTD, 3-wire, 4-wire RTD, thermocouple 2-wire and dual sensor and thermocouple delta. Positive line, negative line and test connection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-wire RTD, terminal number 1, terminal number 2, terminal number 3. First we are connecting RTD wire 1, 2, 3 terminal block. 3-wire RTD wiring diagram 1, 2, 3. 2 and 3 is short, 1 is common. First we are connecting for terminal number 1. Use the terminal, connect to the cable. Next we are connecting for terminal number 2, loose. Connect. Next we are connecting for terminal number 3. Connect. Terminal connector as per the vendor drawing. One already connected red, 2 is white, 3 is white. 1 red, 2 white, 3 white. Next we are connecting for positive line. This is a positive line. Positive line connected. Next we are connecting for negative line connected to negative terminal. Same lead set we are connected to HART communicator. HART positive and negative to negative. Positive line red test lead connected to communicator positive line area. Positive lead connected to 24 volt positive line. Black lead connected to negative terminal, 24 volt negative terminal. Black test lead negative line connected to multimeter common port, connected. Next test lead connected to milliampere output terminal. Milliampere measuring test lead, black test lead connected to transmitter negative line. Power on the multimeter. Multimeter knob selected to milliampere DC. Multimeter is power on. Now bad milliamps showing for 3.6 milliamps DC. This is a bad signal. This is input line and output line. Multi-function calibrator output milliamps also measure. We can output milliamps, voltage, millivolt, hertz, resistance, RTD, thermocouple also. This is a source area. This is the input module area. This is measuring area. Next we are connecting the source area. First connect the black lead, common lead connected. Next red lead connected to source area. Next we are power on the multifunction calibrator. Okay. Next we are selected the channel number 1. Channel number 1. First select the channel 1. Assign. Select the temperature. Reference. In and out. Simulation. Output. RTD. We are selecting for PT 100 385 IEC standard. Okay, the temperature engineering unit is degree centigrade, decimal point is 2. Okay, that is selected. Next, this is low temperature and maximum temperature, high temperature. Next, yes. Now multifunction calibrator we are applying for 0 degree. Output is showing 4.012 milliamps. Next we are power on the communicator. Transmitter display showing PV value and the second sensor is failure. Since actually we are not configured for second sensor. Next we are selected for field communicator menu. HART detected. This is online menus, device route, PV, loop current, LRV and URV. LRV showing 0 degree, URV showing 100 degree. This is the calibration range 0 to 100 degree. First we are doing for sensor configuration. Okay, device route selected and the device setup selected, basic setup selected, sensor basic setup selected, sensor 1 basic setup selected, select the probe setup, sensor 1 probe type is PT100 IEC 751. Sensor wire is 3 wire. Back, that is correct. Back. Next we are checking for sensor 2. Actually not required for sensor 2. Select the sensor 2 basic setup and the sensor probe setup, select it. Set the sensor probe. Next we are selecting for sensor 2 probe configuration. Actually sensor 2 is not required. We have to disable condition, not in use condition. No connection. Okay. Sensor to probe type no connection. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Sending sensor to probe type, transfer it to transmitter. Now sensor to type is no connection. Both are default mode. Okay, back, 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 back. Now transmitter is showing some error. Okay, we are already applied for 100 degree. Transmitter getting some alarm conditions. Okay, AL60, how to remove the alarm, we will explain the procedure. We are already applied for 100 degree we are already applied. The multimeter is showing 4.008 milliamps DC. The transmitter menu also showing some error. There is a online menu is showing some error. Okay, next I will explain how to remove the error from the transmitter. First select the device route, device setup and the detail setup. Next we are selecting for PV setup. PV setup also showing the error. Okay, first select the PV basic setup. Okay, selected for PV is sensor backup. We will remove the sensor backup and selected for sensor 1. We are only using for sensor 1. Selected OK. OK. And send. Let's send it. OK. Output value now is showing correctly 20.020 milliamps DC. Display also showing 100 degree, no any error messages. Next OK. Now is showing PV value showing is LT. PV value is 100.08 degree. Okay, back it, back, 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 back. Check the online menu. Next we are performing for DA trim, analog, digital and analog trim. Select for device route, device setup, diagnosis service, calibration, analog output trim. LRV and URV showing is correctly. Now transmitter analog showing 20.011 milliamps. Multimeter output showing 20.018 milliamps. Set the analog trim, analog output trim. Select it. Lower and upper, select it. Okay, remove the automatic control. Okay. Connected the reference meter. Reference meter already connected. Okay. Okay, set the field device output 4 milliamps. Okay. Now showing some error 4.009. Same value we are entering from transmitter 4.009 milliamps. Okay. Now field device output 4 equal into reference meter. Both are same. Yes. Yes. Select it and OK. Next, select the field value output for 20 milliamps. Okay. Now multimeter is showing for the 4 milliamps. Select it OK. Now multimeter is showing 19.997 milliamps. We are entering the same value 19.997 milliamps. Okay, field device output 20 milliamps equal to reference meter. Now almost the same. Select S and OK. return to field device is the original output. Original output is 0 to 100 degree. Output also showing 20.008 milliamps. Okay. Back. Now loop current is 20.010 milliamps. Output is showing 20.011 milliamps. Next we are doing for zero and span setting. Select the device route, device setup, diagnosis service, calibration, sensor calibration, PV rearrange calibration, unload trim calibration. First we are selected the sensor trim calibration. Sensor normally we are using for sensor 1 only. Okay, first select the sensor 1. Sensor 1 value showing 10.071 degree centigrade. Sensor 1 trim is degree centigrade unit. Trim value, lower trim value is 0 degree, upper trim value is 100 degree. Set the trim value. We are selecting for set trim 1 value. Okay, loop should be removed from the automatic control. Okay, this will be affect the calibration. Okay, connect the reference meter to the trim device variable. Okay, the two option is there: lower sensor trim, lower and upper sensor trim. Okay, next we are selecting for lower and upper sensor trim. Okay, select it. Okay, set the lower trim. Apply the input value minus 200 into 840. Previous trim 0. Previous value is 0.064 degrees centigrade. Press OK when suitable. Now is temperature stable. Okay. Okay. Temperature already applied 0 degree already applied. Next we are applying 0.000. Okay. You can read the milliamps. Milliamps going to down now. Now reached 4 milliamps. Next set the upper sensor trim. Apply it to the between 10 into 850 degree. Previously trim 100 degree. Process value now showing for 0 degree. Next we are applying for 100 degree. Select the channel and check the output and apply the 100 degree. Enter. Now is going up now. Once stable the output, we are entering the OK menu. Now value is stable. Transmitter value also stable. Okay, press OK. Enter the upper sensor point is 100 degree. We are enter the 100 degree. Then OK. Apply the process value 100 degree equal to the reference meter. Yes. OK. Then OK. Now calibration is completed. Go to back, okay, online menu. Now PV value is showing 100.004 degree. PV loop current is showing 20.00 something. Next we are applied for 50 degree. 50. Current down. Once reach the 12 milliamps, that is a 50%. loop current 11.995, PV value 49.96, output is 11.997. We are applied for 50 degree. Transmitter display also showing for 50 degree. Next we are doing for display settings. Select the device root, device setup, detail setup, select the display setup, display information, display value, display decimal point. Okay, we are selecting for display decimal point. Now manufacturer set for 1, we are required for the 2, select it. Okay, send. Okay, now transmitter display showing for 2 decimal point, 49.96 now. Back. Okay, now calibration and configuration is completed and the troubleshooting also completed.